Alright, welcome to another episode of Scores That Cannot Exist. Today we have Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. So, let's figure out some things here. We're going to look through these tracks because there's a lot. There's a lot to go over. Get my remote. Alright, we're going to go. Alright, as you can see, there is Third Strike Street Fighter 3, and then you can pick Street Fighter 2. Well, it says Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition. That's what it says. Okay, so let's go in here. Okay, so right there it says Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition. So you press start, and we got arcade mode, versus mode, training mode, gallery mode, option mode, select game. Okay, then so let's go to option mode. Here are the game options. Everything, all the tracks, everything is correct as far as the option menu. All of this is correct, and y'all can see that. Okay. Nothing here of interest. We're trying to what we're trying to do is we're trying to select a game. Okay. This data, the data which is not saved will be lost. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So we hit select a game to see if we can select a different Street Fighter. Okay, and let's see what that does. Well, that took us back to this menu. Okay, so what we're trying to figure out is how to change the different Street Fighter 2s, because there is a track for each different Street Fighter 2. Okay. But if you read the manual, it'll tell you how to do it. I'm just demonstrating what not to do. Okay, so we're going to arcade mode. Now, here's where it shows you the different Street Fighters that you can pick from. Okay? We have Super T, Super, Turbo, Champ, and Normal. Now, we don't know what these mean, so let's take a look in the instruction manual. Okay, here it says Super T is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. It says Super is Super Street Fighter 2. Turbo is Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Champ Edition is Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. And then Normal is just Super Street Fighter 2. Okay? So, now, let's keep in mind, we have a Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but we also have a Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So just remember that there's two different turbos. Okay. Now that we know all of the different Street Fighters in the game, I'm going to read some of these tracks that are in the TG database, and let's see if we can match them up. Okay, the first track I see says Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. Okay, good. We have Championship Edition right there. Okay, next track. Street Fighter 2 mode. Okay, here's where we come across our first problem. There isn't any just regular Street Fighter 2 modes. Every single mode is for Super Street Fighter, okay? We have Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2. Okay. The Championship Edition and one of the turbos is a regular Street Fighter. It is not, those two are not supers. But the regular Street Fighter 2 is a turbo, and the other regular Street Fighter 2 is a Championship Edition. So, we don't have a regular Street Fighter 2 mode. So, strip that shit off the database. The score for that. Somebody's got a score for that, needs to be stripped. Okay, next. We have Hyper Fighting mode. Again, this mode does not exist. There is nothing in the manual. We've been over these modes. There is not a hyper mode. Hyper Fighting mode. There's not a Hyper Fighting mode. Strip that shit off the database. Okay. Because we can't submit for it. If we try to submit for that shit, it's gonna get rejected. You know damn well it will. Okay, so next we have Super Street Fighter 2, the new Challengers mode. The new Challengers mode. Well, okay, I skipped Third Strike track because we already saw Third Strike at the beginning of the menu. Okay, so we are at the final. Well, let's see. Okay, no, not yet. Okay. So, Super Street Fighter 2, the new Challengers mode. Alright, let me see if I remember seeing that. No! There is no the new Challengers mode. Strip that shit off the database. Somebody has a score on these, and that is ridiculous. Okay, next. This is the last one. We have Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo mode. Thank God we have a Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo mode. It is that one right there. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So, out of all of those modes, there is only 3 Street Fighters that can be submitted for. Championship Edition, Third Strike, and Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Those are the only 3. All the other ones are fucking bunk. Bunk ass tracks with bunk ass scores. Strip them because we can't submit to them. How are we supposed to get it through the adjudication thread? People are gonna get on there and they're gonna be like, I don't get it. There's no hyper mode. There's no the new Challengers mode. Reject. So, either strip the score that is on it and strip the track, or strip the score that's on it and then amend the track, okay? One or the other, because there's only one, each one of these tracks only has one score on each one, just like the Super Mario Strikers. And by the way, Super Mario on the database, Mario Strikers, on the database, it says Mario Strikers on the database, okay? But if you look here, it's called Super Mario Strikers, not just Mario Strikers. They need to fix that shit. Then you gotta put the super on there, which ain't a big deal. Alright, that's it for today.